and then third. I'll do first. He can do second.
Yeah.
You guys.
I'm playing. All right, we are here at the West Quad Gymnasium. Brooklyn College Women's Bulldogs Volleyball against the York College Cardinals. I'm Jonathan Perriente, along with my broadcast partner, Pat Brown, and my man, T. And the Bulldogs are going to get set for action here at the Quad in just a matter of 5 minutes, 3 minutes from now. Bulldogs are 9-8 on the year, guys, coming off an incredible victory at NJCU back on October 10th. The women have won 4 straight games, and here they are now with a really good chance to put themselves in a firm position here atop the CUNYAC standings.
Well, listen, they had a very tough match against New Jersey City. They went down there, took care of business, won 3 sets to 1, keeping that winning streak alive. And right now, you have a team that on paper you should beat, but you can't play down to your competition. You got to put your foot on the gas, take control early in the match, and let them know, hey, you don't have a chance today.
Yes, Bulldogs are going on a winning streak right here. But, never underestimate your opponent, because once you start underestimating your opponent and being cocky, then, things start getting wrong. So let's see what Bulldogs do tonight against York.
Absolutely. And right now, Aliyah Rafat had 22 kills in that match against NJCU. Aliyah Rafat right now is second in the conference in points per set, in kills. Rudy is second in digs, Rudy Joshi. The Bulldogs are 10th in the country in service aces.
Wow.
Is first in the conference.
Can you say that one more time?
Bulldogs are 10th in the country in service aces.
In the whole country?
In the country, not in the CUNY,
wow.
in the country.
Wow.
And that, I'm telling you guys,
that's incredible.
Is an incredible accomplishment for this
incredible.
club. It just goes to show you the improvements that this club made from 1 year ago. This club has slowly, progressively gotten better. The Bulldogs, Kayla Duncan's gotten better as a middle block. You've seen other Bulldogs step up into different roles that maybe they were not accustomed to. Aliyah has evolved from just being a straight, strong kill, and now she's adapted into like a 5-tool player, can do different little things with the ball, can hit that kill a different way, doesn't have to go for the strong kill. Coach Agrespat has talked very heavily about that with Aliyah.
And it's not just about her presence in the court, it's about her development as a leader. She's not just vocal, she's going to lead by example. And let's talk about the freshmen that have stepped up.
Absolutely.
You have Amy Kaza, you got Danielle Fuchsman, you got Rihanna Morera, who've all stepped on the court and provided instant positivity on the court.
And right now, of course, Aliyah closing in on 1,000 digs and kills, something no Bulldog has ever attempted in history. He could be the first to do it.
So we got 30 seconds, John.
But right now, as we're getting set, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening serve here from the West Quad Gymnasium. We're going to take a brief moment to pause and honor America here at the West Quad Gymnasium here in Brooklyn, New York. And we'll be right back.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Brooklyn College's West Quad Center for this evening's CUNY Athletic Conference matchup. Today's match features the York College Cardinals and your Brooklyn College Bulldogs.
And a very beautiful rendition of our national anthem here at the West Quad Gymnasium. And we're going to go through the starting lineups, beginning with the visiting York College Cardinals. First up, you have the libero, number 1, Jasmine Vega, 5'1", from Epic North High School from Queens, New York. You have number 2, Samantha Panameno, the 5'5" setter from Richmond Hill, Queens. Went to K659 Cypress Hills Collegiate Prep School. She'll wear number 2. Saramjit Kaur, the 5'3" freshman setter from Innovation in Advertising and Media from Brooklyn, New York, will wear number 4. Jachima Anwama Egbu, the 5'11" middle hitter from It Takes a Village Academy from Lagos, Nigeria. She'll wear number 12. Madison Plaza, the 5'7" middle hitter, sophomore out of Brooklyn High School of the Arts from Brooklyn, New York. She'll wear 14. Vanessa Ramirez, the 5'3" outside hitter, freshman out of Academy for Young Riders High School from Brooklyn, New York. She'll wear number 16. And Gianna Clemens, the 5'7" middle hitter, freshman from Research Laboratory High School from Buffalo, New York. She'll wear number 18. The York Cardinals are coached by Mario Tang, assistant coach Nadesia Navar. I don't think so. So for Brooklyn, this will be a very interesting match to see if they can. We saw the Bulldogs have a good challenge against. They can't hear us. No. Should be a very interesting match if you're Brooklyn College. As the Bulldogs are getting ready for this matchup. As the Bulldogs are getting set to take their positions on the court, officials for this game are going to be Kathy Kenny and Leo Zhang will be the 2 officials for today's match. As the Bulldogs are going to get set to prepare for their game. As the Bulldogs are going to be wearing their maroon and gold trim uniforms. The York Cardinals are going to wear their red and white uniforms, red colors with white trim. The Bulldogs, for those of you seeing, are wearing purple ribbons and purple armbands today. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and always an incredible job what the Susan G. Komen Foundation does to promote breast cancer awareness and research. And the Bulldogs will get the opening serve. Mulich will serve, and it's taken and kept alive by Jasmine Vega. Good dig out by Fan, kept alive by Mulich, and buried on the kill by Fuchsman. Bulldogs take the early 1-0 lead.
And right away, the freshman Daniel Fuchsman, who has 72 kills coming in, puts her first attempt away.
As I recall, I think she has the most kills of any freshman this year.
Jonathan, I love how she just inserted herself right away. Love that insertion.
Mulich getting ready to take the next serve. We'll serve it up. And a low dig out there by Anwama Egbu. Put over the net. And Rafat keeps alive to Mulich. Fan inside the block, kept alive. Fuchsman popped up in the air. And Kaza tried to get it down, but hit it right into the net. And that'll be a point for... Oh, it looks like York was called for the violation. So York went into the net. A double contact was called. They gave Brooklyn the point. So it was a double contact.
I saw Kathy point to York. I thought they were saying the serve. No, she's saying
double.
I thought York had the point for a second, but looks like Brooklyn has it.
Yeah, it was a little bit there, but that's okay.
But hey, we'll take it.
Mulich will get the next serve. Serves it up. Good serve over the net. Oh, it went back off the hands of Kaur, and the Bulldogs will go up 3-0 off the hands of Kaur and out. So a good, strong service ace for Mulich.
Mulich is 28th on the season.
We talked about how good the Bulldogs are in the country. 10th in the league 10th in all of the country in service aces, according to Coach Agress. Dug out there and kept alive by Core. Popped in the air and went out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
So an attack error against Vanessa Ramirez. Bulldogs go up 4-0.
Smartly let out of bounds right there. So good start so far. Let's see what happens. Can they maintain it?
Rudy Joshi has checked in.
Mulich will now serve. Fires it over. Oh, it went off the hands and off and out. It went off of Plaza's front hand and out of bounds. Bulldogs go up 5-0. And so far, York is not picking up the Bulldogs' serves.
Another ace, Jonathan. Another ace, Jonathan.
Yeah. Right now, York is not picking up the serves with consistency right now. Back to serve will be Mulich. Once again, we'll serve it over. Oh, kicked. Oh! Kicked it off the face.
Whoa.
Was kicked off the face of Plaza by Jayana Clemens. And the Bulldogs take a 6-0 lead.
I think she thought this was a different game.
It's not soccer. It's 7-0 Bulldogs right now in the opening set. 7-0 as now Brooklyn will go back to serve. Officials are getting things set.
So it looks like Muller's going on a little bit of a run by herself here.
Well, you definitely have to like the run she's been on.
Let's see what
And
she can
Mulich
do.
will serve it over. And
Wow.
right into the ground. There
Wow.
was not one York player there.
Ace. Another ace.
And right there, York just did not pick up that serve. Mulich was just found the open spot and just put it right down there. And Bulldogs
like-
are up 8-0.
Looked like we were in a campfire.
It
And
was-
another-
ace
whoa.
right inside
Whoa.
the line.
Oh, my God.
And I know the Bulldogs are not quick serving. York is just not in the right spot, and they're not picking up where the serve is
Wow.
going. And the Bulldogs have a 9-0 lead to open set number 1.
Looks like York has a very interesting formation. They have
They're putting 2 on the side of the net.
That's
which is really
very interesting. I've never seen that,
And you're leaving
Jonathan.
the whole left side of the floor open. And Mulich attacking that, but kept alive by York. It's hit over the net. Dug out. Kept alive. Dropped into the net and blocked. So Fuchsman's kill was blocked, and the Cardinals get their first point. It's 9-1 Bulldogs.
They needed that right there.
Well, it ends the 9-0 run of the Bulldogs to start things off.
I think a sub's coming in, I believe.
Yes, it is. It's going to be Mariana Kidd is coming in.
All right.
They're letting the sub come in. All right, yeah, they're letting the sub in. Okay.
So I finally got my volume checked.
Apologies for the technical difficulties we had with
Yes.
my man Pat's mic, but he's back here
Hopefully
with us.
we're good to go.
So York got their first point, and now it's going to be Ramirez to serve.
9-1, Brooklyn on the advantage.
And Ramirez will serve. High float serve dug out by Joshi. And buried on the
Okay.
kill by Olivia Fan. And the Bulldogs go up 10-1.
Okay.
Olivia is so energized to be back on the court, and now she's jumping with authority, not thinking about her coming back from the injury.
It was just a matter of kind of settling back in from the injury. That's always the big, always the little worry. You want to come back from the injury good. You want to make sure nothing happens.
Gdansky just served.
Dug out. Clemens drops it down and off the hand of Mulich. And York will get that point. It's 10-2 Brooklyn.
That was just bad timing right there.
Well, you get some of those points will happen. You might, you don't want to take points off. You never do, but the ball just took a little bit of a bad bounce. It happens.
And coming back in is
And now we're going to see
Shakima.
Anwama Egbu is coming back in, replacing Vega.
Amwa Egbu.
And here's the long serve, dug out by Rafat. Kept alive. And dropped off the hands and killed by Gdansky. Bulldogs up 11-2.
Looks like York is in a they have 3 under the net. They have 3 under the net and 3 on the backside. So very interesting to see what York does here.
I'm a little baffled at this formation. You have 2 on the side of the net and then 4 in the front. So you're leaving your whole left or right end of the floor open. And that was an attack error into the net there by Joshi. It's 11-3 Bulldogs. And back to serve will be York.
Very interesting, Jonathan. Let's see what happens.
And
Well,
Cower will take the serve.
I guess you want to funnel things to the libero, so that's what they're trying to achieve.
Core will serve it. Good dig by Gdansky. Fuchsman
Wow.
went under the net, not over the net. And it's 11-4. So a couple points now in a row for York.
You don't want to let them back in. You have a big lead. You want to keep on that lead. So
you don't want to give 3
concentrate.
points away. That's
Exactly.
certainly a big one. Dug out by Gdansky. Mulich. And Aaliyah just missed a little long. And it's now 11-5, Brooklyn.
Just to say, in her last match against New Jersey City, she had 22 kills at a 360 clip. That is unheard of.
Yeah, according to Coach Aggression, only
4 errors.
Wow. It just tells you a lot. Coach talked heavily about limiting those errors. And there's a kill from Aaliyah Rafat, making up for the miss on the last one. It's 12-5 Brooklyn. And now the Bulldogs will make a couple of subs. In will come Gomez, and coming in also will be Marrero.
Jonathan, I think she said, I'm going to redeem myself for the last mistake I just made.
Yep. That's always one of the great things with this game. You have a chance to redeem from a previous point when the opportunity presents. Marrero will serve it over, and it's dug out, kept alive by York. Float over by Clemens. Gomez buries
that's out of
it.
bounds.
Inside the line, it's good.
Inside the line.
I
Just got it in the line. Gomez will pick it up.
I'm very surprised, Jonathan. I thought that went out of bounds right there. But
If that ball clips any piece of line, it's in. Even if it's just a slight hair of line, it could be in.
Wow.
But the line judge saw it, the referee saw it, and it's in for Brooklyn, and Marrero will serve. Put it under the net. Oh, and miss-hit on that by York is hitting the net by Clemens.
So now Brooklyn is up 9 points, 14-5, and this is what you want to do. Keep the pressure on. Let York know we're going to take this nice and easy, but we're not going to give you any leeway or momentum.
And now serving it up will be Marrero, and it was knocked off the hand, kept alive by Vega. Hit over, and now it's Gdansky digging it out along to Marrero, and Aaliyah off the block. Clemens trying to save it. Anwema Egbu keeps it alive. Rafat kicks it up in the air. Duncan blocked, but Joshi right there to cover. Gomez off the block.
And we got into the net was York.
I think Brooklyn's getting the point. Yeah, it was a net violation was called against. Yeah, it was a net violation called against York.
10-point lead now for Brooklyn.
15-5 Bulldogs leading.
Looks like
serving up Marrero. Dug out by Cower. And under hit by Anwema Egbu, hit it into the net. Another attack error by the Cardinals. It's 16-5 Brooklyn in the first set.
And you'll take all the unforced errors that they want to give you. Just keep stacking up the points.
Serving it over Marrero. Dug out by Vega. Barely kept alive by Cower, and Bulldogs get to set it back up. Marrero. Gomez drops it down for the kill by Denora Gomez.
Her second kill of the match. 17-5 Bulldogs.
Bulldogs 8 points away from the first set, leading 17-5. And getting set to serve again will be Marrero. A little extra on that serve. Kept alive there by Panameno. Kept alive by Marrero. Joshi fires it over. Dug out by Vega. Kept alive by Panameno. Hit over the net by Clemens. Marrero. Dropped down off the hand by Gdansky with that lightning quick kill, and the Bulldogs up 18-5. Timeout is called by York. First timeout of the first set. First timeout for either team.
Wow.
And the Bulldogs with an 18-5 lead.
Gdansky said it's good in the back line.
She flew that thing like a bullet, man.
When the Bulldogs have their chemistry working like this, they are almost impossible to beat. And Coach Agress talked so heavily about how they've been limiting the number of points they give up, which has been very important. The Bulldogs, we have seen it over the past number of weeks, how much better on defense they've gotten. Just everybody now is really understanding where their assignment is, where they have to cover on the court, and it allows everybody else to flow freely with the offense.
And think about this, Jonathan. There's still players playing out of position. So when they get to where they're supposed to be, just think about how more dynamic they're going to be.
Well, good news for the Bulldogs. Magdalena Makowitz is on the verge of returning soon to the lineup.
Yes.
Yuki's still going to be a question right now. No status on her return. She has been out with a recurring injury. So hopefully she'll be back in the lineup very soon.
Looks like we got someone on York getting taped up. I don't know what happened.
That's Maria Ventura getting taped on the sideline for York. They're just retaping her ankle, so hopefully she'll be able to get back into the match.
And the ankles, everything take a lot of abuse when you're playing volleyball, constantly running up and down and making defensive plays. So it takes a toll on the body quicker than you realize.
Listen, that floor is unforgiving.
Oh, definitely. Marrero back to serve. Bulldogs up 18-5. Marrero serves it up. It's dug out. Kept alive by Panameno. Good dig out there by Gomez. Fired over the net by Rafat. Oh, a little collision there, but kept alive by Vega and dropped it down in front of Joshi. So that really will be the first kill for York College.
Yeah, and a campfire.
Into the campfire it went. 18-6, Brooklyn ahead.
I think Joshi was trying to get the ball, but I don't know. It must have been a miscommunication.
So
just didn't pick up the ball quick enough. Yeah.
Is number 16,
Ramirez. She'll replace. That looks like
number 6.
Jasmine Diaz is going to be replaced. All right. Now back up Gomez. Good dig out there by Clemens. Anwama Egbu. Good dig out by Joshi. Marrero. Gomez. Good dig by Clemens.
Okay.
Kept alive by Vega. Hit over by Clemens. Marrero. Duncan. Floats it over. Good save. Dug out by Rafat. Kept alive Marrero. Gomez. Good dig again by Vega. And
under the net.
Under the net it went.
So a 16 hit
Bulldogs.
16 hit volley there, but the point goes to Brooklyn. They're 6 points away from taking the first set.
Well, you'll take it if you're the Bulldogs. 6 points away from the first set. And now Aliyah Rafat will get the chance to serve.
Number 10, Amariana Kidd comes in for York.
Clemens will take a seat. And Rafat will serve it up. Good serve, kept alive by Vega. Hit off the hand of Panameno. Under the net it went, and no good on that potential kill by Ramirez. Bulldogs go up 20-6, 5 points away from set number 1.
Just a missed hit. Just a missed hit, so.
Rafat. Oh, it went off the hand of Kidd, kept alive by Vega. Hit over. Dug out by Aliyah.
Okay.
Joshi.
Got to get it
Kaza.
over.
Good dig by Vega. Kept alive by Ramirez. Hit over by Panameno. Good save by Marrero. Gomez buries it on the kill off the hand of Panameno and down 21-6 Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs 4 points away from set number 1.
Gomez 3 of 4 on kill attempts. Very efficient in that front line.
Looks like Aliyah serving here.
Yes, she
Aliyah will take the next serve. Good shot over and dug back by taken away by Kidd. Joshi digs it out. Up to Marrero. Duncan inside the block and down.
Okay.
Off the hand of York. That took an unfortunate bounce for the Cardinals, but Bulldogs will take it. They go up 22-6, 3 points away from set number 1.
It was a good block, but the spin on the ball rolled off the hands, went to the side, and out.
You know, those things do happen. The ball can take a weird bounce. It can take that wrong carom. And that ball went off the hand of Kidd, off the top of the hand.
I think
down.
she hit her face. It hit her face a little bit.
Face, but she's all right.
Well, we
were at City College the other day. Aliyah Rafat delivered a missile of a kill, and it struck one of the players for City College in the head.
She does that always.
And out of bounds there, that's out. Brooklyn goes up 24-6.
Set point.
Ended up possibly being a concussion. Which
I mean, it echoed throughout the gym.
We heard it throughout the whole arena.
Listen.
It was very.
Listen.
It was scary. And that's off the hands and out of bounds. That is it. So Brooklyn takes the first set, 25-6. A strong start for Brooklyn.
Listen, Aliyah is very capable of doing that. When Aliyah's playing at her best and she has her whole team surrounding her, there's nobody that can mess with Brooklyn College if she's always on that ready timing. So Aliyah could do that to anybody.
Well, if you're Brooklyn, this is exactly what you wanted to do in that first set. Establish your dominance. Don't give them any momentum. Put the game away early, which they did, and now you go to your second set. And, Jonathan, do you think that Coach Agrest will switch up his lineup in the second set to, get some other players in like Meadows and oh my goodness, Liang?
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he does. You want to give everybody some reps down here, and that's one of the great things when Coach Agrest can kind of mix and match a little bit. And he did a little experimentation in the game against NJC. Where the Bulldogs were up 2 sets. Didn't hurt to try it for 1 set, see what you kind of have, try to make something, try to change things up a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he starts doing that in set 2, maybe even in set 3. But we're going to find that out soon. But right now, you got to like how the Bulldogs attacked the first set. They did not give York any room to breathe. And the Bulldogs were able to come away with a very easy first set win.
We're getting ready to get the stats here for that first set.
And we got them right here with us.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
take a quick look at them. And the Bulldogs had a total of 11 kills in the first set.
Only
York
3
had
errors.
only 2. And only 3 errors to the Bulldogs. So keeping that error count down, which is very important. Bulldogs were 4 of 6 on side outs at a 38% clip.
8 service aces for Brooklyn in that first set.
So now you hope for the Bulldogs that number continues here going into set number 2. And we're going to find out very soon if the Bulldogs can keep that momentum going.
And we're going to introduce our next partner. It's Sean, my man. Come on in.
And he will join us for set number 2.
Set number 2.
How you doing, Sean?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Always good. It should be a very, well, based on what the Bulldogs did in that first set, Sean, was very impressive. And you saw how the Bulldogs really attacked early. If they can keep up this pace in set number 2, I think you'll have to like their chances.
Absolutely. That first set was a combination of the Bulldogs asserting their dominance, but also York not being able to adjust. We saw a couple of those points that Brooklyn got in the beginning with some self-inflicted errors, and it just seemed like York never set up any plays. They were just scrambling around, not really knowing how to adjust to what Brooklyn was doing.
You know, Sean, I was noticing that too. Every opportunity that York got, it wasn't a kill attempt shot.
No.
Like nobody jumped over the net and tried to put the ball away hard. So I don't know if that's their strategy. I don't know if they don't have a hitter like that, but it boded well for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
It's
So here we go, getting ready to start the second set. For Brooklyn, you have Gomez, Fan, and Gdansky in the front line. You have Meadows, Rafat, and Duncan on the back line. It looked like Rudy Joshi's going to come in for somebody.
Well, Gomez is going to stay in here for the second set, so that's a good. So Coach Ugress definitely wants to
So
kind of.
Meadow Andrews
Meadows
comes out,
All
and
right.
Rudy Joshi comes in. For York, who will be serving first, will be number 6, Jasmine Diaz. It's Diaz, Vega, Plaza, Clemens, and I can't make out that number. That's number
1,
six. Nope, that's number 8. I'm sorry.
Well, York is going to get ready to serve now to start the first set.
And here we go. And it's going to be a side-out service error by Diaz.
I like the idea Diaz had with that serve. She tried to go kind of on the right side, try to maybe get into that little thread the needle on the line, but just missed it a little bit long.
So here's Gdansky to serve. Puts it over. Taken in by Vega. By Gomez. Puts it over. Rafat's right there. Set up by Gomez. Puts it down. Gomez with her first kill of the second set. 4th overall in the match.
You got to like how the Bulldogs came out there, starting things aggressively, and that's how you have to go at it against York.
Serve, and we have a rotation violation against York. So point for Brooklyn. They go up 3-0.
Very rare you see that.
Yeah, very
violation
rare.
Of rotation. That doesn't usually happen.
And then that last play for York, that back line was completely wide open.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of this with York. They seem to like to leave the middle of the court open. And just like that,
puts
see
a
right here,
serve
just like
down.
that.
Nobody around. It's now 4-0 Bulldogs.
And if you leave that middle of the court open like that, the Bulldogs are going to take every effort to exploit that and just keep attacking that area, attack that weak spot on the court.
That's what you want to do. Gdansky taken there by Vega, puts it up, and blocked down by Olivia Fan.
Off to
So
another
her first
strong
block, and it's 5-0 Brooklyn in the lead. Gdansky serves, and it's in. It went over Vega's head and fell right inside the line for another ace.
Right now, everything going the Bulldogs' way so far, just getting the friendly bounces, getting the good shots into the corners. And you can see the Bulldogs are just in a good rhythm right now early.
Gdansky serves to Vega, and it's another ACE for Sydney Gdansky. 7-0. Brooklyn did get out to an 11-1 lead in the first set. Gdansky, nice save there by 14. Plaza puts it back over. Duncan right there. Resets. Olivia Fan puts it over, taken by Vega. Reset by Panamero. Puts it over and out. That was number 16. Ramirez tried to get it, but it went outside the flag.
I like the plan there by York, trying to get it right over the net so that the Bulldogs couldn't get it, but it was just right out of bounds.
Taken there by Panamero. Puts it up. Vega gets it over. Rudy Joshi's right there. Kadansky sets. Duncan blocked down. A great block by 14. That was Plaza. And put it right back in the Bulldogs' faces.
Yeah, that's one of the better rotations we've seen York come out with so far in this match. That was a perfectly set block, and you feel like if York can get a few of those going, that could be key.
So Madison Plaza to serve, and it's a service error, and a point inside out to Brooklyn. They're up 9-1. We were at this exact point in the first set.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of like a mirror image of the first set. So the Bulldogs dictating the pace early. York
once again. York going to the
fight.
side here.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is a very interesting setup they've been using.
Yeah.
I don't
Denora
understand
Gomez with a hard serve. Plaza. Oh, Kadansky got there. Joshi puts it up. Duncan puts it over and out. So Duncan had an opportunity for the back line, but just hit it too far.
Can't falter. Look, it was a good open shot. You take it if you see it. But the Bulldogs have a little breathing room to play with that. So 9-2 now, Brooklyn ahead.
So now coming in is number 4. That is Kaur.
Yep, that is
Kaur. Yep.
Saramjit Kaur.
Saranji Kaur. And she serves. And serves it into the net.
Second time this set that has happened.
So it's 10-2. Rudy Joshi to serve, one to side out. Bulldogs keeping a firm grip on the bone that they have in their mouth. Joshi serves, and it's off the net, over, and an ace for Rudy Joshi.
It's kind of telling that the Bulldogs have a big lead here once again in the second set, but feel like they don't have to do much to get these points.
Well, right now, York's just not been able to pick up the ball consistently enough, and then it just seems like they're a little bit kind of like playing on their heels a little bit.
Definitely on the heels as Meadow Andrews comes in. Taken in by Vega, and it does not get over the net. So it's another point for Rudy Joshi, another point for the Bulldogs. They're up 10, 12-2.
Backline once again exposed for York here.
Front line of Rafat, Duncan, and Andrews. Back line, Kadansky, Gomez, and Joshi. Serve and ace. Again, York just looking at the ball, hit the floor.
That's been at least 5 occasions we've seen where York has just stood there as the ball comes right in front of them, and no one's going after the ball.
That's how Mulich was able to go on that run in that first set to start that 9-0 run.
Now, come to think of it, I don't think I've seen really York dive after a ball.
No,
yet.
I haven't.
This match has
You're
started.
right. Joshi serves, and another ace. That's 3 aces for Joshi. And it's a timeout for the Cardinals. They are down 14-2.
I don't know. It just seems like you see like York, it just looks like they're kind of already hanging their heads and like it's like just going through the motions a bit. And that worries me a bit to see a team like just not looking like they've checked out before we started.
This is what baffles me, Jonathan. They played Hunter 3 days ago.
And they
4
put up a
days
good
ago,
fight
and they
with
put
them.
up a good fight. It was 11-25, 15-25, and in the last set they fell apart 25-6. But I'm not seeing any remnants of that. And Hunter is the number 1 team in the conference and undefeated. So
yeah, I mean, you just kind of wonder maybe, is it? I don't know if it's fatigue or maybe just that game only was a few days ago. But,
yeah.
But you have to, that's up to if you don't have the camaraderie around that to get prepared to get ready for a game such as this when you're playing top opponents. You definitely scratch your head a little bit.
Especially with Brooklyn here on a run back over 500, trying to claim their spot as a top team once again in the conference, and against an opponent like York, who obviously Brooklyn is better, but I feel like York has made no adjustments whatsoever. Even when they get the ball, there's no control of what they do.
Well,
I want to see the team that played Hunter and to put a fight against the Bulldogs.
Well, we'll see what happens here. It's 14-2 Bulldogs, and we're halfway through set number 2.
Rudy Joshi to serve. She has 3 service aces already in this set. Puts it over. Taken in by Vega, and it's another ace for Rudy Joshi.
That one almost hit the line, Judge.
And this is why Brooklyn is 10th in the country. They just put aces away.
Yeah.
Against inferior and high competition.
It also just shows you just how good the Bulldogs are able to. You see how right there, Rudy didn't put any spin on that serve.
Nope.
That was just a straight knuckle, and it just dropped.
But she knew the spot she wanted to go to.
Oh yeah. You identified the spot on the court that you want to attack, and that's what you keep doing. Attack, attack, attack. 5 aces for Rudy Joshi. 16-2, Brooklyn ahead. And she took it. It was an off-speed pitch.
Now we're playing
Rudy
soccer.
Joshi. Another ace falls right into the campfire for York. Ladies and gentlemen, campfire is when the ball falls in between 3 of the opponents.
And all surrounding it at the same time. Joshi now lines up for the next serve.
Line drive, again attacking Vega relentlessly, and it's now 18-2, and coming in for the first time is the junior 5'6" from Park Slope Collegiate High School in Brooklyn, number 20, Amanda Lee.
Well, let's not forget, this was 10-2 at one point when this set started, and the Bulldogs have gone on an 8-0 run, and they have not even, right now, they haven't really broken a sweat yet.
Nope, and came out was Gomez. And York finally gets to put a ball across. Oh my goodness.
Ball right between the hands.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who's going to take it? I don't know.
And they're all just looking at it.
Well, this is just a complete lack of communication by the York Cardinals, and the Bulldogs are 6 points away from set number 2.
They won the first set 25-6. Joshi puts it over, and it hits the net and dives over for another ace.
I mean, when the ball is just going your way, and when the ball is bouncing your way, it's bouncing your way.
Yes, indeed. 20-2. Rudy Joshi ready, approaches, and serves. High arc and serve, taken there by Vega. Puts it up. Clemens puts it, but hits it right into the net. So they finally get a chance to return. It's another unforced error.
And it's really been, if you're York, this is very tough to watch. They just have not been able to establish any rhythm, and the Bulldogs have just completely controlled the pace since the opening serve.
Joshi serves, line drive, taken, Panamera, and Clemens puts it over. And we have Lee bumping over to Gdansky. Rafat tips it over, but it was taken there and out. That was by number 4, Cower. And it's another point, 22-2. They're up by 20, and this is fully in control of the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs, just what they're doing right now has been incredible. Timeout is called by York. That's their second timeout of the set.
That first set, it seemed like the Bulldogs were York was able to get some points at least, but now it's just this game is completely wide and open, and it's just there's nothing I feel like York could do.
Let me ask you, Sean, since you're on that point, does it look like they're uninterested? Does it look like they're tired? What do you think is going on?
I feel like it's a combination of both. I mean, when you have Brooklyn serving it to you, and you're just looking at the ball go to the floor, not even trying to attack that ball, not setting up any of your own plays, playing defense the whole time, you're not going to get points that way. And I just feel like York was completely thrown off by the way Brooklyn has played here, and Brooklyn hasn't even have had to do much.
Right now, you just haven't seen, it just doesn't look like York has made an effort to go after the ball. It's just like serve it right at him and just it goes off the hand and that's it. That's something you don't want to see. You don't want to see level drop on a team like that.
No.
And it looks like for York their level has dropped significantly as this game's gone on.
The difference between the first set and the second set is totally dramatic. I mean, it's like a totally different team has stepped on the court for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they come out in set 3.
Bulldogs are 3 points away from taking the second set. Fans, reminder, next home game will be here at the West Quad on October 24th against Lehman College here at the Quad, and we will have live coverage of that game on youtube.com, 6 p.m. next Thursday.
Joshi serves, line drive, taken in by Vega. High, Panamera puts it up, but off her hands and out. So it's now 23-2. I don't think York's going to get to 5 points in this set.
Well,
Rudy
we'll
Joshi
just have
has
to
served from 9-1.
A 14-1 run since then.
Yes.
14-1. Wow, that's something.
Joshi serves. And another ace. That's her 9th ace of this set. And it's now set point number 2.
Attacking holes that York's rotation has allowed them, and York just goes for the ball without any real plan.
So
Bulldogs have only had to use 2 players to serve in this set.
and
that's
ace
on the line
and
and
puts
good.
it away.
And the Bulldogs 25-2 took down York in the second set.
16 straight service points for Rudy Joshi, and 10 of those 16 were aces.
I don't think I've ever seen a set end with a 25-2 score like that.
No, not since we've been covering it.
Not like this. No.
At least the first set was 25-6. At least York had something there to show for. This set just completely seemed like they were uninterested and just didn't want no adjustments made whatsoever, Pat. It just seemed very discombobulated.
And I don't want to pile on them because they're athletes. They're student athletes. They commute back and forth. You know, they had to commute from Queens all the way here. I don't know what's going on, but you want to see competition. You want to see them compete. And right now, I'm not feeling the energy from them. And I'm hoping and I'm believing that this third set, they're going to come out with some fire. They're going to come out with some intensity and give Brooklyn a match. You know what I'm saying? Put some pressure against Brooklyn and make them earn the win and don't give away the win.
It just looked like York shut down. That's what really you never want to see that. You don't want to see a team just feel like they packed it in one set.
Right.
That's something you don't want to see.
Give Brooklyn some back and forth, at least in that third set, to make it somewhat competitive.
And here we have the second set results, and, well, the numbers are as follows. For the second set, Bulldogs went 3 for 3 on sideouts, 100%. York was 2 of 24.
Jonathan, they win a whole set. They won the set 25-2 and only 2 kills. 2 kills out of 25 points.
2 kills.
24 service aces.
Which reiterates the point. They didn't have to do much to win that set.
No.
That was far from their best.
Oh, yes.
I mean, this is not something we thought we would see. That's the number that really just shocks me. This is what we don't. You know, we have called volleyball for only a couple of years now, but I never saw a set go down like that.
No. Even the set last year against, I'm trying to remember who it was, old Westbury, when they came in, and Brooklyn, they won the set 25-4, but Westbury, there was some volleys going on. You know, there was back and forth. Nothing like this.
No, not at all. So right now we're going to get set to begin the third set momentarily, and the Bulldogs looking to 3-sweep this set against York. And what right now, it's been pure dominance. The Bulldogs with their great serving, and again, Aaliyah's not had to do very much. You haven't really seen a lot of kills because the Bulldogs, really, a kill just hasn't really presented itself to Brooklyn since this match began.
Listen, 16 out of 25 points are aces. I mean, you don't need any kills.
No. When you get a majority of your points off aces and serves, you're not having to do much.
Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to 2024 Brooklyn College Women's Volleyball live on YouTube.com, your home for everything Brooklyn. Jonathan Pariente, Pat Brown, and Sean, your last name again, sir?
Marcus
Here with the call. And Jonathan, the play-by-play turns back over to you.
Thank you, Pat. And we see in for the first time, Victoria Liang is in for Brooklyn for the first time out of New Utrecht High School, so she will get a start to start this set. Amy Kaza in there, along with Denora Gomez. Duncan will stay in along with Aaliyah and Marrero.
I see, Fana's in the middle, yes.
Yes. All right, so the Bulldogs are going to definitely change it up a little bit here. York is going to go with their regular trio so far of Clemens, Anwama Egbu, Panameno, Vega. And dug out there by Ramirez goes down. And sorry, that was Ventura who hit it out of bounds. So Ventura's in for the first time for York out of Francis Lewis High School. And the Bulldogs take the early 1-0 lead.
That was Miss Rihanna Marrero serving.
Served over and down and in for Brooklyn. It's 2-0 Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have scored the last 17 points since it was 10-2 in the second set.
And just aces galore.
Marrero with another serve, and that's just out of bounds.
Wow.
Well, that ends the streak of 15 consecutive points for the Bulldogs. Make it 16 straight points.
And the first unforced error by Brooklyn.
And
Liang.
I'm going to turn the mic over to Mr. T. He'll join us here.
So, Brooklyn College goes up 3-1. We welcome back T-Money on the call. And I'll take over play-by-play. And we have substitutions for York. Coming in will be number 6, Jasmine Diaz. Coming out will be Jenna Clemens, number 18. Going back to serve is Sydney Gdansky from Cairo, Egypt. Serves this over to Panamero. Puts it up. Vega. Oh! Vega swing and a miss.
Hit it down instead of over the net. But look, once again, that reiterates the point. That middle is too wide open.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of room for Brooklyn to attack. So Gdansky serves. Taken there by Ramirez. Puts over. Taken there by Rafat. Marrero puts it high. Rafat over to Ramirez. Back to Diaz. Blocked. Puts it up and puts it over by Madison. Reset. Gdansky mishit. Another unforced error for Brooklyn, and it's 4-2. And this is the closest that York has been within the first 10 points.
That's it, yeah. A 9-1 run to start the first set.
Pat, very interesting formation that York is doing here. I'm curious to see how far this goes.
Marrero resets. Duncan dug out there by Vega. Ramirez cross court. Punched over and taken. Do they get it back across? Yes. And taken in by Liang.
That would have been out of bounds if
back
they
to
let
Marrero.
it go.
Sigurd Gdansky.
Oh!
And Kayla Duncan with the bomb block.
That was the most back and forth we've seen all game.
Yes.
I'm telling you, Duncan has just been such a huge factor for Brooklyn College. My goodness.
And Olivia Fan comes out and Liang comes out for Emma Steele and Meadows Andrews. So Emma Steele, her first action for the match. Puts it over and she comes in, and what does she do? She has another ace.
Puts it away right away.
So 6-2, Brooklyn up. T, we were talking earlier about how York has been playing, and we want to see some action. And so far, we're seeing more competition in this third set.
Yeah, so far.
Steele taken there by Panamera. Puts it over by Plaza. Liang resets. Kayla Duncan off the block and down.
Oh, my God, bro. Kayla Duncan is just on fire, Pat. My goodness, she just does an amazing job of the timing and perfection.
So Emma Steele back up 7-2 for the Bulldogs. Cross court, taken there by Panamero. High, and another miss hit by Diaz. And it's now 8-2.
More errors here by York College, and Brooklyn, once again, not having to exert a lot of energy, racking up the points.
But they're scoring points not on aces so far. So Ramirez puts it back over.
Oh.
Just got it back over was Marrero. Ramirez taken there by Rafat. Cross court off the block and out.
And that's Brooklyn's point because York, one of York's players was last to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, off the block and out. Goes all the way up in the stands. The flagman has to go and get it. And what a nice throw. Sadiq. 9-2. We've heard this score before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Emma
They started
Steele.
on a 9-2 run.
Yes. Emma Steele to serve. Taking there.
Got to get it over. You got to get it
And
over.
Donut.
You got to get it over.
Almost hit Kathy Kenny in the chair. And it's now 10-9. to 2. Timeout called by the Cardinals.
And right there, I understood what York was trying to do. Create that space, get that extra motion under the ball to hit it over the net. It just went too far out.
Pat, York
Yes.
is in a very interesting formation that I've really never seen. And my thing is, if it's not working, they need to make an adjustment now, because if they don't, Brooklyn College could take the game. They're having 3 or 2 guys to the side or 3 to the side and 1 underneath, and they have their whole middle wide open. So I don't know what York is exactly trying to do.
I wish I could answer that question, T. I would say that you want your libero to handle all of the incoming serves, but that's just not the case. And she's so far back that when Brooklyn puts a short serve, she has so much space to cover, she's not able to get there. And the people that are on the side and close to the net, they don't have a clue as to where it's going to land.
Just very interesting. I don't know if York is going to make an adjustment here. Let's see what the coach does, but it's just I've never seen a formation like that in my life, Pat, from a team.
At this point, it's now or never.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You have to now.
Something's got to happen.
Yeah.
Make something happen.
I thought this would be a more competitive set, given that they're down 2-0.
So Ventura, Panamero, and Plaza on the front line for York as Emma Steele serves. And taken there by Panamero. Puts up, Plaza, Madison,
Wow.
and it was Meadow Andrews on the block and kill.
She said, not in my house, Pat. Not in this building. No, no, no.
It's about the Bulldogs understanding where the ball is going to go.
Serve, and
missed it.
ace by Steele. It's now 12-2.
Oh, my goodness. Looks like
Served up by Emma Steele.
Rafat hitting it.
Rafat.
And now Gdansky from the back line. Great dig by Vega.
Get it
and
over.
they don't
Into the
get
net.
it over.
Into
But
the
what
net.
an attempt by Vega. That's what I'm talking about. That's competing. That's going after the ball. That's what I want to see. 13-2, though. Brooklyn up. Emma Steele ready. Puts it over. And sideways, but Plaza gets it over and back. Marrero sets it up. Duncan off the block.
Oh, my God. I thought
And
Oh,
puts it over.
oh,
Oh, great
wow.
job by Andrews. Puts it over by Marrero. Taken in by Vega. Panamero on the block.
Can he get it
and
over? Oh, my God. What a dig.
Great effort.
Steele gets it over. Plaza over to Panamero. Ventura puts
That's
it
out of
over
bounds. Out of
and out. 14-2, but that was definitely the best effort we have seen from the Cardinals.
Back and forth. And putting the ball in the place that Brooklyn has to get scattered to save it.
Yes.
Very smart game plan.
But great digging and blocking by Meadow Andrews as Steele puts it over.
See-
and it's an ace again.
See what I'm saying, though, Pat? It's just the formation is so weird that the person in the front has to cover so much ground to get – the person has to cover so much ground that it takes a lot more effort and energy.
15-2, Emma Steele serves. Taken there by Panamero. High on the grass, puts it up, but into the net was York.
Yes.
The setup was there.
Yes, the setup was there. Plaza just went too far under the net. So it's now 16-2. And Emma Steele on a nice 12-point run. Taken there, and another attempt by York to put it over, but another ace by Steele.
You might need to call a timeout here if you're your coach. They score 2 or 3 more points.
Steele puts it over. Plaza back to Panamero. She puts it up. Tried to catch Brooklyn off guard. Marrero's there.
Here we go with the kill.
Rafat off the
Rafat,
block.
I'm telling you.
And it's a kill shot.
Pat, she's unbelievable, Pat. At this point, it's like we're going to keep saying that about Rafat.
Well, here's the thing. She only has 3 kills in this match, and they didn't need to do anything with her because of what's happening.
It seems like she's just kind of in the background. They haven't had to use her that much.
It's like a right field in baseball. Everything's going to left field, so they're just standing there taking in the sights. Oh, a knuckleball right to Ventura, and still has another ace, and it's now 19-2.
Pat, it looks like some of the players that usually don't get in the game are there just for the experience, which I love from Coach Agress.
And Vega's there. Panamera puts it over, but she tried to catch Brooklyn off guard, but it did not work, and it's now 20-2.
She's tried to spike it right over the net so Brooklyn wouldn't be able to get it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after this match, we're going to hope to have two players and the head coach. As Steele, error by Emma Steele. And that gives a side out to York. And this is only the 5th time York is going to serve out of these 3 sets.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Wow. I'm speechless,
that's an unbelievable stat.
I'm speechless right now.
Samantha Panamero to serve. As coming in is number 11. That is Yoann Bowaji, I'm sorry. Got to pronounce that right. Serve. Taken in by Rafat to Marrero. Duncan, but right there was Panamero. Ventura gets it over. Taken by Gdansky. Reset to Rafat. And she puts it away.
Wow.
It's now 21-3.
She could do that every time.
And now coming in will be Denora Gomez for Marrero and Mulich for Duncan. And Mulich is going to go back to serve. 4 points away from sweeping the match.
Looks like, no, Duncan's going to stay in.
No, Duncan went out.
Okay, Duncan's out.
All right, Panamero's there. Plaza puts it over. Taken in by Mulich. Bumped over by Gdansky. Rafat puts it over. Plaza's there, but she put it away from her own teammates, makes it 22-3.
It's like, Pat, everyone's either separated too much or you're too close to each other. It's not in between. It's one or the other.
Because either way, you're leaving space on the court for Brooklyn to be able to attack you right away.
So, serve. And ace by Mulich. Her 5th. It's now 2 points away from the sweep. Are you getting the brooms out, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's about ready.
Oh, let's not say too much. If York makes a comeback right now, Pat, I'll be shocked.
I think everybody will be shocked. Taken there by another miss hit by Panamero, and it's now match point for Brooklyn.
Hey, Pat, Sean, go give me a broom from downstairs because I think we need to do a sweep after this.
I think it's already there.
We might as well.
Yep. You know what they say? Nah.
Nah, let's not do that.
Okay.
6 points in the first set.
Let's not do that. You're right.
Yeah, let's not do that.
6 points in the first set.
They could make a comeback, though. Hey,
yeah.
York could make a comeback. Let's see. Let me not say too much right now.
Mulich serves. And take it over. Put down by Andrews, but reset by Gomez to Rafat
for the kill.
That's
Brooklyn's point.
That's
game.
That's the match.
That's game.
25-6, 25-2, 25-3, and Brooklyn wins their 5th match in a row. Now they're going to go for a long stretch away from the West Quad Gymnasium. They have a tri-match coming up on Saturday. Then they have another couple of single matches. Then they have a 3rd tri-match before they come back here to the West Quad. And talking to Coach Agress, he said this is exactly what we want. We want to play top competition. We want to get everybody ready because seeding in the tournament is very important. The 1st seed and the 2nd seed get a bye. The 3rd seed and the 4th seed host the quarterfinals. And the 5th and 6th have to travel. So Brooklyn wants to get into that first 4. Hopefully 1 and 2, but I think Hunter and John Jay will lock up 1 and 2. I think the battle's going to be between 3 and 4 between Baruch and Brooklyn to see who's going to be where. And then it's anybody's match to see who can get to challenge John Jay or Hunter.
Okay.
I just think it's interesting, like, Brooklyn, like you said, is on the 5-game win streak, and I feel like they've built up some real momentum at a perfect time in the season, right before that home stretch.
Yeah, and it's good to go on the road now and get away from the friendly confines of your own gym and work on your camaraderie, work on your communication skills, work on getting everybody fitted together so when you come back home, everything is a well-oiled machine and you can just take it and run with it.
Hopefully get that level of competition that puts you to the test.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
got
as
the
the
stats coming up.
Stats are coming right up.
Coming up.
Yeah, you can get it to your
Okay.
wireless. You can go.
Yeah, I'll get it for sure.
Yes, indeed. So we have
Okay, looks
we
like
got the players coming over, and
looks like we got the stats coming here.
All right, hold on a second. We'll get to the stats in a moment. We're just going to have Amy Kaza.
All right.
Got to slide it.
Eric, come right. Put the headphones on. Right next to you. No, it's wireless. It's wireless. Put the headphones on around. Come on.
Got to help her out there. We just have some technical difficulties. Please stand by. There you go. All right. Just hit number 2. Uh-oh. It didn't go. What happened? Tried 3. Yep. Uh-oh. We got some technical difficulties. Hold on. Something's happening. Uh-oh. What's happening here?
What?
Oh, boy. I don't know what happened. Oh, shoot.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some technical difficulties. Please stand by. We're going to put the scoreboard up. But you know what? Listen, we're still going to carry on the interview. We don't have the picture, but that's all right. So we are here with Amy Kaza. How you doing, Amy?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm wonderful. Tell me about you being on the team the first year and the success you've had recently on a 5-match winning streak.
Damn, that's a really good question. Sorry.
That's okay.
Nervous. First time being on a college team. It's kind of nervous, kind of shaky, but I love our team. They do so much for me and support and everything. So I think us being on a 5 winning streak, it just comes boiling down to that, all the support and the trust that we have within each other.
Tell me, being on the team, how have they greeted you? How have they ushered you into? You didn't start playing early, but now Coach Agrest put you into the starting lineup. So tell me how that feels.
Honestly, it felt amazing because I was still late, as I missed preseason, obviously, you know. So I went off very rocky at first, but just Coach giving me the time and all the playing chances that really boost my confidence just to get where I am right now.
Well, I'll say this. You didn't have many opportunities today because of how the match went, but we've seen you progress as the season's going on, and you've steadily improved each match going forward. How do you see the rest of the season? You have a long stretch now being away from home. How do you see it progressing, the teammates' camaraderie, and uniting as one?
Ooh, that's a great question. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's okay. Take your time.
I think we're going to do just as great and just as well as we're playing right now. There's going to be a slight couple hiccups here and there, but we'll obviously work it out together as a team and get through it.
All right. Well, thank you, Amy. We appreciate it. And we're going to bring in Danielle Fuchsman.
Oh, yeah, Danielle.
And I'll turn this over to Jonathan so he can ask some questions.
All right, I'm here with Danielle Fuchsman. Danielle, impressive victory. Really important to get off to that good start against York, and you guys were able to put them away pretty early. We have seen you really rise in the ranks here, becoming one of the second top killers on this team, along with Aaliyah Rafat. And just to be under that learning tree with Aaliyah at the helm, how much does that help you and just help you ease into this role and become another leader on this team?
It's really great because I feel like we all as a team have each other's backs, and it doesn't feel like they're just my teammates. They're my family. And we all know, like, if one of us is upset, we all have each other's backs. And that's also, like, it connects to in-game because if one of us make a mistake, we all made the mistake, and we have to work together to fix it.
And we have slowly really seen this team beginning to gel more and more as a unit. Do you feel like this team has gotten even better over the course of the season from when you guys began to start?
For sure. During preseason, everyone was good, but it wasn't a slow start. It's just, it took some time for us to get to know each other because we're a new team, and it just helped us all grow, and it's not even the end of the season yet. So I think we're just going to keep growing, keep helping each other. Yeah.
Coming off what you said there, those first 15 games, you guys are kind of hovering below in the above 500. Now you guys are on a 5-game win streak. What changed? Was there a moment where where the switch flipped for you guys?
Well, we've been working really hard in practices, and each game, we don't take it as a win or a loss. We take it as a learning opportunity, and all the things that happen during this game, we use it, we work on it, we go over it through our practices, and then we just always get more and more prepared for these games.
Danielle, 2 questions here. One, great win tonight. This is your freshman year playing college volleyball. Talk to me about, your experience playing high school and now the transition to playing college, because again, it's a lot different.
So I started actually in middle school.
Wow.
And then my middle school coach recommended me to go to a club. That's where I met Coach Joseph, Coach Serena, Coach Greg. And ever since then, I just kept growing as a player, kept getting better, and came here to play.
And one more question here. Talk to me, you guys were on a rough losing streak, and now you're on a winning streak. Talk to me about what adjustments you guys have made throughout that course of period.
So during practices, we really wanted to make sure we had our serve-receive ready, because that's the first way you get your point, serve-receive. So we just really focused on that, and then our offense, I feel like, has always been good, but it's just mostly defense, blocking, covering, and then obviously at the end of the practice, we would do some hitting and stuff.
All right.
Well, Danielle, I want to say, first of all, it's great seeing you being implemented, being utilized. You're a lefty. It's a little different angle for you. You came into the match with 72 kills. Now you had a couple of kills today. Tell me about what your process is to approach the net and putting those kills away.
So I've actually been working on this, but I tend to I transition to the minimum. So I started working with Coach Serena on getting out of the habit of transitioning only to the line, to the 10-foot line. I started going behind, and I feel like all of it just helps me get my momentum to be able to jump higher and hit harder.
Okay, and you're going to be away from the West Quad for maybe about a week and a half.
Yeah.
So when you guys went to Virginia, tell me how you guys built camaraderie and then came back and then progressed throughout the season.
So when we first got there, we got there like towards the evening, but whoever had the big room, we all would go in, we would play games. We were planning on having a spa night, like eat together, And then it's not like we're just there to sleep and play. Like, we're there as a team, we're there as a family. We hang out, we discuss how we can change, how we could get better. We would also go for team lunches. So yeah, there was never a dull moment when we were away.
Are you looking forward to that coming this road trip? Not as far away, of course.
Of course. We all, on the way on the bus, we're always like collecting our thoughts. And also that's the time, because we're on the road so long, we get to share our thoughts, everyone's there, everyone's present. So yeah.
All right. T, you got one more
question?
question?
Yeah, one more question. So, you're going on a road trip. Talk to me about, like, when you're playing on the road and playing at home. Do you guys feel any different? Do you feel like there's more pressure playing on the road than home? Or how does it make you feel playing on the road and home?
I feel like the pressure's the same, no matter what team we're playing, no matter where we're playing. It's just the fact that when we're at home, it's our home. We're used to everything. We're used to the people that are here. So yeah, I feel like just when we're away, same kind of pressure. Just have to be able to get more used to it.
All right. Well, thank you, Danielle. Good luck on the
Thank you.
road trip.
Thank you.
And let's try and continue with the winning streak.
Thank you.
All right. So Brooklyn College wins 3-0, 25-6, 25-2, 25-3. The next match will be on October the 24th. It'll be right here at the West Quad Gymnasium against Lehman College. We're back on the camera. Hallelujah. Let's move on over there. This is Danielle Fuchsman right here. Amy Kaza, if you come back, let people know who we were talking to. And that is Amy Kaza. So Amy Kaza, this is Daniel Fuchsman. They have a 5-match winning streak. They're going on the road. We'll be back here at the West Quad Gymnasium on the 24th against Lehman College. Ladies, thank you very much for attending. We're going to bring our partner, Jonathan Pariente, back in. Thank you, ladies. Go ahead and celebrate this win. Come on back in, Jonathan. Let's wrap this up. Thank you, ladies. All right.
All right.
So 25-6, 25-2, 25-3. Brooklyn College did not have to break too much of a sweat. We want to say that York has some work to do, but they did manage in that third set to put a little more pressure. They got some volleys going forth, but we're hoping that they improve as the season goes on. But T, Jonathan, your final assessments of what's going on.
I think this Bulldogs team is really starting to come more and more together now. You're really starting to see the players gelling more with each other, and they're getting more comfortable with one another, and that's the most important thing. And now the Bulldogs are going to go on the road for a couple of games now, a very important road trip, a tri-match included in there. And if the Bulldogs can come out of that on the other side pretty good, and I think they will, I like their chances to close out the season when they play Baruch and Hunter.
Well, it's 5 matches before they come back here, right?
It's going to be the couple of tri-matches, which are going to be.
So that's 4 and then one single.
The one in Old Westbury.
So let's say 3-2, 4-1.
If you split that, if you could split it at least, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You take your chances.
If you go undefeated, that would be brilliant.
That would be wonderful.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I'm sure Coach Aggressive would love to applaud that.
Oh, he'd jump at that 100%.
I mean, he shouldn't. There's still playoffs to worry about because the Hunter, Baruch, any team could sneak in there. Even maybe if they play a lower seed, they got to still keep their heads up because any team, it's playoffs. Remember regular season, it's not as much pressure as playoffs because playoffs, it's like NCAA, one game and you're done. So you never know. These teams could come out here and really shock you. So. And on top of that, we're missing 2 players. We're missing Yugi and another player.
And Magda, yeah.
And Magda. So imagine Brooklyn got those 2. It would be real quiet for all the other CUNYAC teams.
And T, it's like you read my mind there. Brooklyn College is still not full strength yet.
Wait till they are.
Just wait.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you look at the CUNYAC, right, you got Hunter, you got John Jay, you got Baruch, you got Brooklyn, you got Lehman, you got Mega Evers, you got York, you got CCNY. So right now, if realistic, you look at the standings, it's those 4 teams, Hunter, John Jay, Baruch, and Brooklyn.
Speaking of Baruch, November 5th, Brooklyn plays them, so that's going to be a
big
very,
game.
very big game.
And it's the last match before the tournament starts.
That's going to be very spooky.
Definitely a good tune-up match, absolutely.
Cool.
But it's those next 3 teams. It's the Lehman, CCNY, York, and Mega Evers battling for that 5th and 6th seed to travel to go to whoever's going to be in those first 4 seeds. I think Brooklyn is in a very good spot right now come tournament time.
I think they could be in a way better spot.
I could see them maybe getting 3 at least.
Obviously you want to get the best seeding possible, so I would say they could be in a way better spot than that, but part of it's healthy, part of it's a chemistry issue, so they are in a good spot, but I think Brooklyn would love to be in even a better spot. So, yeah.
So I'm gonna bring in Sean. I'm sure he has some final thoughts, so we'll turn it over to him.
There you go. There you go, Sean. All right, there we go. Perfect.
All right. I think they're in a great spot here. I think they are in a great position here to get 3rd, and also just play against the top of the competition, and obviously taking care of business against teams that aren't at their level.
Not yet. Yes. And it's going to be very important. The Bulldogs need to continue to win these games and just to keep building themselves up in the standings. I could realistically see maybe being a 3 seed as a good
2.
possibility.
No, I think they could be a 2nd seed.
That will depend. I mean, the John Jay already owns the tiebreaker over there in their last meeting, and Hunter's still one team Brooklyn hasn't played. So maybe could they get 2? It's possible. I would be okay with 3,
Listen,
though.
I'll say this. Anything is possible. You just got to put your mind to it, ladies and gentlemen, in life, in sports, and in anything you do.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, we're going to wrap things up here at the West Quad. I want to thank Pat. I want to thank Sean. I want to thank T. I'm Jonathan Pariente. And for all of us here at the West Quad, for Shazib, for Mike, everybody on our crew, we're saying so long from the West Quad Gymnasium in Brooklyn, New York. Have a good night, everybody.
See y'all later.
See ya.
Peace.